Imagine a time before TikTok and streaming, when people had to wait by their radios to hear their favorite songs. This was the early 2000s, a time when Nigerian music was evolving. While hip-hop, Fuji, and Afrobeat were still dominant, R&B was emerging as a new, magical force. One of the groups leading this revolution was Styl-Plus. They were unlike anything people had heard before. Their smooth voices, emotional love songs, and unique style quickly won over fans, blending English with Nigerian languages in a way no one had heard before. Styl-Plus didn't start as an R&B group. Back in 1997 in Akure, Ondo State, they were a gospel group called Style, made up of Shifi Emoaf, Tunde Akinsanmi, Yemi Akinwonmi, and Lanre Fanei. But in 1998, tragedy struck when Lanre passed away. The group was shaken, and as they tried to move forward, Zil Onyecheme joined them. With this new addition, they changed their name to Styl-Plus, the plus representing their fresh start. By 2002, another shift happened. Yemi Akinwonmi left quietly, and the group continued as a trio without replacing him. Despite the changes, they remained focused, and by 2003, they had taken a bold step in their career by launching their own record label, Styl-Plus. This move marked the beginning of their rise to fame, as they went on to create some of the most unforgettable songs in Nigerian music history. Styl-Plus made their breakthrough in 2003 with the release of Olufunmi and Runaway under their self-managed record label, Styl-Plus Music. These songs were instant classics, redefining Nigerian R&B and earning the group the title Africa's Boys to Men. Their ability to blend heartfelt lyrics, soulful harmonies, and a mix of English and Nigerian languages made their music irresistible, and fans couldn't get enough. Olufunmi felt like a drug, and Styl-Plus were the dealers. Their success only grew, leading to the release of their debut album, Expressions, in 2006. The album launch was a grand affair, with a star-studded event in Abuja and Lagos that was rumored to have cost over 10 million naira, approximately $75,000, making it the most expensive album launch in Nigerian history. The lead single, Imagine That, became an instant chart topper and was even featured in the inaugural season of Big Brother Nigeria. Other tracks like 4 Years and Iya Basira became campus anthems, with 4 Years continuing to be played at graduation parties in universities across Nigeria.
4 years no waka, we still dey carry go. Nobody waka, nobody go solo. Baba God yo.
Back then, no major concert was complete without Styl-Plus on the lineup. They shared the stage with global stars like Boys II Men, Wyclef Jean, and Yvonne Chaka Chaka. Though their looks didn't match Hollywood standards, and their music videos lacked high-budget production, none of that mattered. Nigerians and fans across Africa, from Ghana to South Africa and beyond, were captivated by their music. Even in the diaspora, Styl-Plus remained a beloved name. Their influence was undeniable, earning them a Cora Award and the prestigious Channel O Award in 2005. But as their fame soared, cracks began to form. Like many great groups before them, Styl-Plus's downfall wasn't caused by a single event, but rather a combination of missteps, industry challenges, and personal ambitions. Their decline was slow and steady, with subtle signs that were there from the very beginning. As 2007 rolled around, Styl-Plus was visibly struggling to maintain their momentum. It started with whispers in the media about the disappointing earnings from Expressions, their audio and video compilation CDs, which didn't meet the expectations of their media marketing partner, Astro Media Limited. Then, over the next 18 months, their nationwide tours and overseas shows became fewer and farther between. The African giants who once commanded attention had faded, slowly transitioning from headlining major concerts to performing as side acts at smaller gigs and eventually disappearing from the scene altogether. The group's biggest misfortune lay in their lack of a strong, visionary management team. At a time when Nigerian music was becoming highly competitive, Styl-Plus was still handling their affairs under a self-managed label. Unlike other emerging acts like P-Square, who had structured management and promotional strategies, Styl-Plus relied largely on their early success without consistently evolving. When they finally signed with a record label, it wasn't with one that had the influence or resources to keep them ahead of the curve. Instead of partnering with a powerhouse label that could push them into the continental and global markets, they remained relatively stagnant in terms of promotion and branding. In an attempt to reverse their fortunes, the group released Back and Better in May 2008. But by that time, the industry had already started to lose interest. Promoters were pulling away, marketers were turning their backs, show sponsors were losing faith, and most heartbreakingly, the fans were tuning out. The album barely received any publicity, and when it did, it was met with lukewarm reception. Its sales were the lowest the group had ever seen, and it was met with harsh criticism. Rather than signaling a triumphant return for the kings of African R&B, it only pushed them further away from the throne they had once ruled. The Nigerian music industry is known for its ever-changing landscape. Between 2003 and 2010, the sounds that dominated the airwaves shifted from R&B to a fusion of Afro-pop, hip-hop, and dancehall. Acts like D'banj, 2Baba, then 2Face, Wizkid, and Davido ushered in a new era of party anthems and streetwise music that overshadowed the romantic ballads Styl-Plus was known for. Rather than adapting to the changing tide, Styl-Plus stuck to their signature sound. While it had worked for a while, the audience was moving on. The younger generation of music lovers who had once swooned to Olufunmi were now dancing to Fall in Love by D'banj and Holla at Your Boy by Wizkid. The writing was on the wall: change or fade away. No group can last without sticking together, and Styl-Plus was no different. Over time, things started to change inside the group. Their problems weren't as famous as those of other groups like Mo Hits or Plantation Boys, but there were clear signs that not everything was okay. In 2012, the group faced its biggest challenge yet: Tunde Akinsanmi, the voice that made Styl-Plus so special, left to go solo. This was a huge blow for the group. Even though Zeal and Shiffy tried to keep the Styl-Plus name alive, it just wasn't the same without Tunde. His voice had been the heart of their music, and without him, it felt like something important was missing. Fans stopped paying as much attention, and the group had a hard time bouncing back. There were many reasons for their struggles. Though nobody talked about it openly, it was clear the group wasn't as happy as they used to be. The members seemed to care about different things now. Their music didn't have the same spark, and instead of setting trends, they were just following them. The team that was supposed to manage their careers wasn't able to keep up with all the attention and success the group was getting. On top of that, Styl-Plus couldn't turn their popularity into a strong brand like other famous groups had. They chose to live in Abuja instead of Lagos, place where most of the action in the music world happens, which made it harder for them to build relationships and make important connections in the industry. Slowly, the group started to lose its direction. It was hard to believe, but just 3 years earlier, Styl-Plus was in the same league as big stars like 2Face Idibia and P-Square. To think about where they had been and where they ended up, was almost unbelievable. After Tunde left, Styl-Plus did their best to stay relevant. They released singles and albums, including Unbreakable in 2016, hoping to reclaim their spotlight. However, their new music couldn't capture the magic of their earlier hits. Nigerian music had evolved, and new stars were emerging, leaving Styl-Plus's once loyal fanbase looking elsewhere. Without strong marketing, the group slowly faded from the mainstream. In December 2016, Shifi and Zeal signed with Eskimo Records and released Aso Ibora in 2017, hoping to make a comeback. But the single failed to reignite the spark they once had. Unlike some of their contemporaries who embraced new collaborations and modern production, Styl-Plus struggled to adapt. They seemed stuck in the nostalgia of their past hits while the music industry moved forward. Though fans still hope for a reunion, Styl-Plus will always be remembered as one of Nigeria's greatest musical groups. Their rise was meteoric, their fall tragic, but their music will live on forever.